It's time for the Coach's Corner Show with your host, Pat Disabato.
Hello, welcome to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza, where they lay it on thick. I am your host, Pat Disabato from the Daily Southtown, and we are at Marist High School, home of the Redhawks. We are in the locker room here. We have a jam-packed show for you tonight. We're going to kick things off with football coach Ron Dozak. Redhawks are sitting 6-4. They're the 23rd seed in Class 8A. They're coming off a 49-7 win over Glenbard East. They are hosting Huntley at 1 p.m. Saturday. The Redhawks are very, very dangerous. Disregard the record and the seed. We're also going to have on senior running back Amari Watkins. He's having a fantastic season for the Redhawks. And we're also going to have on Dr. James Leonard from Midwest Orthopedic Consultants. Dr. Leonard's been a guest of ours before. He's the team doctor here at Marist, as well as Sandberg, Andrew, and Mother McCauley. He also is a specialist in shoulder reconstruction, arthroscopy, and sports medicine. This guy is the best. He knows his stuff. All right, folks, when we come back, Marist football coach Ron Dozak will be our guest. Stay tuned.
We came up with a bunch of clever commercial ideas to entice you into trying Beggar's Pizza. We decided to let the food speak for itself.
Hello, boys. I'm a drop-dead gorgeous pepperoni sausage, hold the vegetables deep dish pizza. Just look at my cheese. Your place or mine. Beggar's Pizza. We lay it on thick.
What is a Southsider? From 8 to 5, he's a hard-hat, hammer-swinging, God-fearing son of pride and strength. Gives everything he has to get his job done. Then gives what he has left to his family and friends. It's here where he'll leave his legacy. It's here where he'll buy his truck. During the summer clearance event, drive a new 2019 Ram just $275 a month, or get 20% off MSRP at South Oak Dodge Ram.
Having surgery or dealing with some type of nagging pain that limits your function? Then get to Athletics. We offer treatment for all types of orthopedic injuries, work-related injuries, and sports injuries. Therapists with over 20 years of experience provide treatment that is efficient and effective. Our 2,000 square foot clinics offer state-of-the-art equipment from HydroTrack, Blankenship, and Biodex. If your doctor suggests physical therapy, then you suggest Athletics, where every patient is treated like a champion.
All right, welcome back to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. Our first guest tonight, Marist football coach Ron Dozak. Ron, how's it going, my man?
Real good. Great to see you.
Great to see you. Year 3, and what a year it's been for the Redhawks. So, obviously, you're hosting Huntley Saturday, 1 o'clock, second round Class 8A playoff game. But, you know, this 23 seed, you're the 23rd seed in 8A, which is kind of funny because you're probably the best 23 seed ever in the history of Class 8A. But when that came out, you guys are 5-4, 23 seed. Did you kind of use that to kind of motivate the players? Did the players take offense to being a 23 seed, or was that not even talked about?
You know, we really didn't even talk about it. For us, we understood that, you know, getting into the playoffs as a 5-4 seed, we were going to be, you know, we were going to be a lower seed. And you know, our record dictated that. So we knew that, you know, we played a tough schedule, 5-4. It didn't matter. We were in the playoffs, and that was the main thing.
And they had 52 playoff points, which was probably a record. That was a lot of playoff points. So let's go back to going into week 9. You guys are sitting 4-4, win or go home. Week 9, you have to go up to Loyola in Wilmette, knock off the defending Class 8A state champions. I don't think many people beyond the Marist Inner Circle gave you guys much of a chance. Lo and behold, bam, you guys beat them 14-6. What did that experience do for you guys going into the playoffs?
That really raised our confidence as a team. We knew with the schedule that we played and the great teams that were on our schedule, you know, we lost a lot of those games. They were really close games, and we were close, a couple plays away, you know, and we knew we had the talent to compete against those teams and win those games, and we were able to put everything together and play that game really well. Our lines played really well up front on offense and defense, and it showed what we can do when we play together as a unit. So, you know, going up there to beat them at their place, where, like you said, nobody really gave us much of a chance, proved to our guys that, what we've been telling them all season long, you guys are right there, you guys can play with the best teams in the state. They went out and did it, and that really, really raised their level of confidence.
Yeah, and that regular season schedule was no joke. You guys, like I said, 52 playoff points, that says it all right there. How did that whole experience kind of set you up? I mean, you knew it. I mean, talking to you before the season, you're like, this is great, I can't wait, it's going to be fun. And I know after week 6, you're like, why should we win like 1 out of 3 or 2 out of 3? Let's win all 3. So what was that situation like, and how does it kind of prepare you for what's lying ahead here?
You know what, I mean, the schedule is great. For us to be able to play those big games on a weekly basis throughout the course of the regular season, it makes the regular season fun and exciting every week. And the experience that our kids took from playing in those close games against great competition is obviously going to help us in the playoffs. As we go in, no matter what the matchup is, we can look at any matchup and say, okay, that's fine. We've played teams as good or better than some of the teams that we're lining up against now in the playoffs, and our kids have that confidence of knowing they can compete against the top teams.
Yep.
So for us, the goal, obviously, we want to win every week, but towards the end of the season, it was like, all right, get to 5 wins, and once you get to 5 wins, we're starting 0-0, and we'll use that experience of playing those great teams in the playoffs that can only help us.
Yep. Well, let's play devil's advocate here for a second. And there are a couple teams that you were able to handpick, like Lake Zurich, a very well-established program in non-conference play. What if you finish 4-5? Do you second guess yourself and say, man, I should have tried I might have put a cupcake in there just to get us to 5-4. We're still going to have plenty of playoff points.
You know what? I wouldn't have really changed anything at all. The ability to go out and compete against great teams week in and week out is something that I believe that where we are as a program, we have the ability to do that, because I feel confident that we can go out and beat some really, really good teams. And playing great teams, I think, is only going to help the program grow and get our players better.
Yep. All right, so for most of the season, you're kind of playing a quarterback shuffle sort of thing with Hayden Mikesell, a senior, and Dontrell Jackson Jr., a sophomore. They were alternating series at some points, and then you kind of, I think Dontrell started week 6 against Mount Carmel, correct? And I think he started week 7, and then week 8, you kind of went back to Hayden, and now Hayden's had a great 3-game run. What has that whole experience kind of taught you?
You know, for me as a head coach, it really is just kind of evaluating. You know, we evaluate the quarterback position gets so much attention. We evaluate the quarterback position just like we do the other positions on a weekly basis, and really it's about trying to put the team in the best position to win. And I owe it to the team to think about all 65 guys on the team and putting them in the best position to win. And that can change. I mean, it's a long season. And I may make a decision earlier in the year, and maybe I make a mistake here and there, but I can go back and change to try to put the team in the best position. But it really is just trying to get the kids to understand that in a great program where you have a lot of great players, you have to be on your game at all times.
Yeah.
And if you're not, if you open up the door, there's a great player waiting behind you that's going to come in and try to take advantage of the opportunity.
Absolutely. It's a great example, and with these 2 kids, you just never know. You could get down and out. You didn't win a job a particular week, but man, you never know what's going to happen. And that's at any position on the field, correct?
It really is. In football, it's such a team sport. But there's only 11 guys that can be out on the field, and if you're not one of the 11, you can't just put your head down and sulk. You have to continue to work to get better, because there's a good chance that your number is going to get called at some point, and that's not the time to start preparing to be that guy. If your number is getting called, you need to have done the work ahead of time. So that's the message. It's a long season; things can change quickly, and when your opportunity gets called, or when your number gets called, you have to be ready to seize the opportunity.
Yep, and you've got 2 great quarterbacks. So. And now you get 7-seeded Huntley here Saturday, 1 o'clock. What do you know about them, and what do you think the key is going to be to win this game? Right?
They got some really big boys. They're big on the offensive and defensive line, country strong kids. So they're going to be a physical football team. They're very impressive. They're 9-1 at this point, and they've been a good program for a number of years. So they're going to come in here and they're going to try to they're going to try to push us around with their size, and our guys have to be ready to meet that challenge. And we've been playing really well along the offensive and defensive line. So For us, it's being able to stop the run, being able to establish the run is going to be key for us on offense. And we're really looking forward to the challenge of playing a team as good as Huntley.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. So Saturday, bundle up a little bit and come on out to Marist, and 1 o'clock kickoff, man, and that's the beauty of the playoffs. It's going to start at 1 o'clock. No sophomores pushing it back, right? You're going to be ready to rock and roll at 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock on the nose, we're ready for kickoff.
Ready to roll, man. So you see a great football game, folks. All right, Ron, thanks for your time, my man. Good luck. This has been this has the making of just a fairy tale ending here, man, the way it's gone. You know what I mean?
I hope so. Right, all the roller coaster regular season and us peaking at the right time, it really stacks up as a potential great story for us that hopefully we go on a run for a while here.
Absolutely. All right. Folks, we are going to go to Elisa Thomas Salon timeout room. Our 3 locations, Mokina, Tinley Park, Orland Park. Lisa Thomas Salon will get you looking your best. When we come back, senior running back Amari Watkins will be our next guest. Stay tuned.
At Lisa Thomas Salon, we think loving yourself and your selfie starts with the perfect stylist. That's why we've assembled an amazing team, each with a unique passion for beauty, providing the perfect combination of innovation and experience. Then adding just a little bit of fun for hair, skin, nails, and makeup. No one does beautiful like Lisa Thomas, because life's too exciting to settle for the same old thing. Schedule today at Lisa Thomas Salon, a Redken Elite partner with 3 area locations.
Bob's Auto Body and Repair in Blue Island has been prospering since 1968 when Robert Warniak Sr. opened a business. Bob's goal? To go above and beyond to satisfy their customers. Whether it's a small ding or a major collision repair, Bob's is a trained technician and state-of-the-art equipment to meet the high standards their customers expect and that Bob's demands. Bob's also offers complete mechanical services for your automobile, from an oil change to brake repairs. Mention this ad, Bob's will detail your car for free with any auto body work or give you a free oil change with any mechanical work. Bob's Auto Body and Repair, Blue Island.
If you're suffering from physical pain, nothing else matters. The one thing that should is Midwest Orthopedic Consultants, because experience never mattered more. Serving the community for 25 years with over 90 years of combined orthopedic experience, our fellowship-trained surgeons provide individualized care to those suffering from orthopedic pain. We deliver comprehensive care from diagnostic to surgical to rehabilitative services, all under one roof in each of our locations. Midwest Orthopedic Consultants, bringing university-level orthopedic care close to home.
Hi, welcome back to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. Our next guest, senior running back Amari Watkins. Amari, how's it going, my man?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing well, man. Not as well as the Red Hawks, that's for sure. You guys are rolling. Second round game this weekend, Saturday. So let's rewind a little bit here, though, Amari. Let's talk about going into Week 9. You guys are 4-4. You need to win that Week 9 game against Loyola to become playoff eligible. You guys had the playoff points. That wasn't going to be an issue. How confident were you guys going into that game?
Honestly, how confident we were. Going into practice, on the very first day of practice, we knew that this was a bigger opponent, and everybody was doubting us, saying that, Loyola's going to beat you, and you guys are going to not win. And we didn't really listen to that, because those are the outside voices, and it all matters what we're saying right now. Yeah. And it matters what we do in practice. We made sure we brought the energy in practice, and we brought this energy into the game, and we had one goal, and that was to beat Loyola. Yeah, and I mean, beating them at home is one thing, but going up there on a Saturday afternoon to Wilmette, it's kind of an intimidating factor. And you look at last year in the 8A semis, Loyola beats a Lincoln Ways team that everybody thought was a slam dunk to win the state championship. So here you guys have to go up there, and hearing the naysayers, man, did that kind of motivate you guys? Or is it hard not to you got to shut them out too, right? Yeah, you really just got to shut them out. Just don't let them get to your head, because once you get them into your head, your mind's going to be everywhere. You just stay focused on the game, stay focused on your players, and the outcome will come very great. Yep. Well, you go up there and you beat them 14-6. So you guys have to be sky high. So what does that do? Going up there, getting a win like that, win or go home, what does that do for you guys going into the postseason? Well, honestly, after that win, we knew that we were capable of beating everybody in our division, and we just really had to stay focused. We had to let that go in the past, because that's the past now, and we just have to stay confident how we were in our games and keep the energy high in practice. And
yeah. What's it been like? Have you noticed like a difference from like, week 6, 7, and 8 to now? Does it seem like there's more energy? Does it seem like this team's more confident or what?
We're more confident, but we're also not cocky. We just know that what we need to do, we just need to keep working on our game and to keep doing what we do in practice, keep the energy high, and just wait till game days and bring all that what we prepare for in practice into the game.
Yeah. What is it about your team that impresses you the most when you kind of look back at how everything is developed here?
I would say the energy, because I noticed if we take a loss in the game, we will come back with more energy that day. We're just fired up after that loss that we took, and we'll just come and bring the energy higher and higher every day after each practice. And we know that we got to get better in practice, and we just have to stay focused until the next game.
I think the one thing about this program in general is you guys really don't focus on who you're playing. It's all about getting better every day. Is that the message that the coaching staff tries to get across to you guys, or what, man?
Basically, what our message from our coaches is to not let nobody get inside your head, meaning that you should stay focused on the game, stay focused on your players. Don't let nobody else talk to you about, you guys, your record being 4-4, and you guys coming against Loyola, and everybody doubted us, saying that, you guys are gonna lose. Just don't let those type of people get in your head, because if you want to win, you just got to stay positive, stay surrounded by good people, and just do well in practice.
Yep. All right, so let's try and look ahead a little bit, Amari. When you're an old man, 20 years from now, 38 years old, when you look back at this situation, and the highlight could still be going, it still might be coming in the next couple of weeks, but what are you going to remember most about this experience being a student athlete at Marist?
What I'm going to remember, I would say, is the energy we all brought to practice, and after those game effects, how we all, even if we lost the game, we still had energy. We all loved each other because it's a brotherhood, and 20 years from now, I would say that it's just the friends, the chemistry that we all brought to each other. If somebody's down, we'll pick them back up, and if somebody's, because actually, I noticed when my grandmother passed on July 24th, I came to practice the next day, and everybody was there for me, because I know I wasn't left alone. I knew I wasn't left alone because I had my brothers behind me, and they also came to support my grandma's funeral, and they was all there. All the players were there.
All the players are so
it's just about really love.
Yeah,
we all love each other.
And just a family, huh? You guys build each other up, man. Yeah, that's outstanding. So, and my condolences on your grandmother's passing, man. Great kid, great running back, folks. Check him out Saturday. They play Huntley. 1 o'clock, right? Yeah, 1 o'clock Saturday here against Huntley. So, all right, Amari, thanks for being a guest, my man. Good luck the rest of the season. We are going to go to an athletics, sports, and orthopedic physical therapy timeout. 2 locations, Orland, Oak Lawn. When we return, Dr. James Leonard, Sandberg, right? We've had him on here a few occasions. He's the team doctor here at Marist, Sandberg, Andrew, and he's also with Midwest Orthopedic Consultants. So, a lot of good stuff with Dr. James Leonard. Stay tuned. Athletic Sports and Orthopedic Physical Therapy is a 2,200 square foot facility that includes the latest in rehabilitation equipment, including the HydroTrack underwater treadmill. All therapists at Athletics are experienced and offer hands-on treatment for patients that require such therapy. Whether it's your feet, ankles, knees, hips, lower back, shoulders, elbows, wrists, neck, or jaw, Athletics is here to help. We at Athletics understand you as a patient have the right to choose where you receive treatment. Ask your physician if Athletics, with locations in Oak Lawn and Orland Park, is right for you.
What is a Southsider? From 8 to 5, he's a hard hat, hammer-swinging, God-fearing son of pride and strength. Gives everything he has to get his job done. Then gives what he has left to his family and friends. It's here where he'll leave his legacy. It's here where he'll buy his truck. During the summer clearance event, drive a new 2019 Ram just $275 a month, or get 20% off MSRP at South Oak Dodge Ram.
Whether you're in the mood for a Chicago-style hot dog, Italian beef sandwich, Philly cheesesteak, or charbroiled cheeseburger, Joey's Red Hots has you covered. In the mood for something lighter, Joey's Salads promises to hit the spot. Looking to cool off on a hot day or after a workout? Joey's refreshing homemade Italian ice will satisfy. Come check out Joey's Red Hots at 17400 Wolf Road in Orland Park or at 115th Street and Western Avenue in the Beverly community, where they're open until 5 a.m. on Fridays and Saturdays. No matter which location you visit, Joey's Red Hots promises to provide exceptional tasting food at an affordable price. All right, welcome back to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza. Our final guest of the night, an old friend of ours, Dr. James Leonard from Midwest Orthopedic Consultants.
Hello.
How's it going, Doctor?
Good to see you. Thanks for having me back.
Oh, man, we love having you back. We love having Midwest Orthopedic Consultants as one of our sponsors. Remember, folks, 2 locations, one in Oak Lawn, one in Orland Park. And Dr. Leonard, team doctor for Marist, Sandburg, Andrew, and Mother McCauley. You're a busy guy.
We've definitely expanded. I've tried to build the sports medicine program a certain way, and a lot of it's been on community outreach. And I think one of the best ways to do that is getting involved with the high school. So we started off at Sandburg, my alma mater, and took over Marist about 7 years ago, and recently just took over Andrew and McCauley. We added a new non-operative sports medicine physician, Dr. Valerie Rigel, and so she's helped me out a lot, and I think it's been great. It's helped us kind of expand the practice, get the word out.
Yeah,
been wonderful.
And you talked about now this whole ACL prevention going on, right? Is that something you guys are kind of stressing, or what?
Yeah, we're starting to get the word out now. Being a sports medicine doctor for these schools, the last thing they want to do is be talking to the doctor about surgery and everything. And unfortunately, we're still seeing a lot of ACL injuries, and a lot of them can be prevented. And there's a lot of data that's showing that there's a lot of exercise programs that schools can do both in the off season and the summer, as well as before practice, that can actually help to reduce ACL injuries. So we've given a couple talks to some of the coaches in the area. We've tried to set up programs with the athletic trainers and the physical therapists in the area to really get the word out and try to help build that into the program. And so, first it takes buy-in with the parents and the coaches, and then once they see that it's for real, they're definitely willing to kind of go for it. So it's been good.
And what are some tips what would you give a student out there, some families, in regards to kind of preventative in terms of ACL?
Yeah, I think that a lot of it in ACL, unfortunately, it's a lot of it is the female gender. They're at highly increased risk. And so there's a lot of things that we can do in terms of strengthening, learning how to jump, how to land, that can be identified early. So a lot of the studies have shown that athletes, when they're 12 or 13, we get them involved in the program when they're in junior high or freshman or sophomore in high school, we can decrease the risk of ACL injury 2 or 3-fold. Yep. And so it's identifying them early, and sometimes I'll watch a volleyball or basketball player jump and see how they land and identify them as being at risk just on how they land, and can do a lot of teaching and education and then build that into their exercise program to actually help prevent it.
And it seems like the kids are receptive to it, or what? Families, it's been a good thing?
I think the key thing is anything that can, number one, prevent injury, and number two, improve their performance, I think is important. And a lot of the exercises that we do, I tell them, is that medically this is going to help prevent injury, but it's going to make you a better performer. It's going to make you a better volleyball player, basketball player, football player. So there's really no downside, and it's something that they can build into their normal workouts. I mean, coaches are building it into their practices as part of their warm-up, so it's not like it's a very difficult thing to implement. And so I think that's been helpful.
And this guy, he played soccer at Sandburg, the glory years of Sandburg soccer in the 90s. And where do you see the biggest difference, Dr. James Leonard, in regards to back when you were a player and now you see the kids nowadays? So how's it changed?
I think the biggest thing now is just that everything is 365 days a year. It's like we're so sports specific now that we're seeing much more overuse injuries. Yep. And so that's the biggest thing. And so there's no such thing anymore as the multi-sport athlete. And I think that if you're a soccer player, which is a very lower extremity driven sport, you don't give those legs a chance to rest up. Volleyball and baseball, it's a very upper extremity driven sport. You don't give that shoulder and that elbow a chance to recover. And so I think we need to get back to that and just playing the multiple sports, giving each extremity a chance to rest by doing something else, getting more into cross training, and just giving yourself a chance to rest. And I know there's a lot of pressure about getting on your varsity team in high school, about collegiate scholarships. I get the pressure, but I think sometimes they're doing a detriment. And unfortunately, we're seeing a lot of freshmen and sophomores that don't want to play the sport anymore because they're tired of it, because they haven't been able to take a break. So that's the biggest thing that I'm seeing now. The access to training is great, and you can do baseball in the winter now with all the domes and everything, and there's ways to work it out while also giving your body a chance to rest up.
Exactly, man. And as athletic programs have suffered because of these elite athletes concentrating on one sport. It's a shame.
Absolutely. And I mean, if you look at the high-level performers, they were all really good 3-sport, 4-sport athletes. And so you look at the people that are going to high-level collegiates, they played multiple sports as well. So I think there's something to that. And I think it gives you appreciation for the sport when you're doing other things. So I think that's important.
Absolutely. All right, Dr. Leonard, well, thanks for being on board again.
Thank you. Very
good.
And
continued success. And you see this guy, like I said, if you're at a Marist game, doesn't matter what season it is, doesn't matter really what sport it is. Macaulay, Andrew Sammer, he's around because he's one of the best, man. All right, folks, we are going to go to a Labriola Bakery Cafe timeout. When we return, we're squeezing some players of the week and a quick high and tight. Stay tuned.
Looking for a unique dining experience with incredible food? Then check out Labriola Bakery Cafe. Opened by Rich Labriola, Chicago's premier artisan baker, you know they'll have great bread, but you won't believe the rest of their menu. Wood-fired Neapolitan pizzas, fresh pasta, and their world-famous Richie Burger. There's also homemade gelato and, of course, their famous bread. Labriola Bakery Cafe and Neapolitan Pizzeria, conveniently located in the Oakbrook Promenade.
At Lisa Thomas Salon, we think loving yourself and your selfie starts with the perfect stylist. That's why we've assembled an amazing team, each with a unique passion for beauty, providing the perfect combination of innovation and experience, then adding just a little bit of fun. For hair, skin, nails, and makeup, no one does beautiful like Lisa Thomas, because life's too exciting to settle for the same old thing. Schedule today at Lisa Thomas Salon, a Redken Elite partner with 3 area locations.
All right, welcome back to the Coach's Corner Show, brought to you by Beggar's Pizza, where they lay it on thick. Time for Players of the Week, folks. All right, the Labriola Bakery Cafe Golden Baguette Player of the Week. We're going to hook up Caleb Brown of St. Rita, rushed for 227 yards and 4 touchdowns to lead the Mustangs to a 49-14 win over Glenbard South in a Class 5A mismatch. So we'll hook them up with a nice $25 gift card. Compliments of Labriola Bakery Cafe in Chicago and Oakbrook. And the Lisa Thomas Salon Teen Club Player of the Week, Allison Farrell, had 8 kills, 5 digs, and 2 aces to lead HF past Shepherd in a Class 4A regional championship game. For her efforts, we're going to hook her up with a nice goodie bag. Compliments of Lisa Thomas Salon in Tinley Park, Orland Park, and Mokina. All right, folks, hope you enjoyed the show. Have a great week. Get out to some second-round playoff games. We've got some great contests on the docket. See you next week.